Well, hello my viewers. Today I'm gonna step up my game dev skills. How am I gonna do that? Well, I'm gonna do something that I've never done before. It's to learn C++ and I'm going to make a game with it. Let's be real, I've always been making games with a game engine, which is Godot that has all the necessary tools and do the rest of the task for you with ease. But it's time to get out of my comfort zone and learn something new. This way, I'll have more capability to make crazy projects without using an engine. Now, this may sound like a terrible idea and go for something reasonable like learn Python or C#, GameMaker, Construct, Click Teeth, what the heck? Well, those are good and easy to learn. The problem is that some of them have low capacity of performance, which in this case, Python. Of course, you can still make a game with it, but if you're optimized enough to make games, then you're probably fine. C++ or C on the other hand is on the mid-level, meaning they are in between on the high and low ends of programming languages. Well, with that out of the way, this is my C++ journey. Do you have any idea how many takes I have to do just to read up the script? It's really hard. English is not my first language, okay? So shut the f. Anyways, we're gonna make our foundation of the game, which is the window border. To do this, we're gonna import the SFML libraries. Then we create the window variable that can serve as a target for 2D drawing. Okay, enough with all that stuff. Here's the code where we can create the window. First, we're gonna make a game loop, and then we're gonna make a function to render all the graphics and then drawing them to a display. Now it looks like this, which is very cool. Now all of this code does the job of creating the window, but we can organize this by having our own class that does all the stuff on the engine, while the main.cpp code is bare minimum and clean. Did you guys hear the breathing there? Yeah, I'm so good. This is gonna be useful in the long run. Like the players, enemies, objects, or entities can be shared in one class that shares the same functionality. So cool, yeah. First, we're gonna create a rectangle shape variable to make our square, even though we're declaring a rectangle shape variable, but shut up. Then we create a function to initialize the object. After this, we type the function and code all the necessary stuff to create the shape, like setting the position, size, color, or even an outline. But my dumb brain made the outline black with the background also being black, so yeah. But it's there alright. Once we create our function, we call that to the constructor. Then going to the render function, this is where we can draw the shape. And here is the result. Ah, such a beautiful red square. After I got home, I went straight back to work. I started making the player input by simply making an if statement where if the player presses the arrow keys, it will change its vector parameters with this vector2f variable that I made. This will change later on, by the way. Then we can tell the player to move with those inputs, and here's what it looked like so far. Now we got the movement done, we can start working on the enemies. For this, I make my own enemy class, and for the simplicity, I'll just make the enemies move up and down because I don't want to do more complex than that. So I code all the functionality for the enemy. I also have this code where it flips its speed whenever the enemy touches the bounds of the window. Here's what it looks like so far. Ooh, look at that, the enemies, they move in a different direction when they touches the boundary of the window. That looks so cool, right? Okay, so far we can move, which is great, and have the enemies move up and down, which is also great. Success! The only stuff we need to make is the collision, resetting the player's position when it touches the enemy, and winning screen when the player touches the yellow circle. But for now, that's gonna be it for today and go to sleep, which is 12 AM. This progress has been great. It's day 3 and I'm already getting the hang of C++. For this, here's what I've done in this morning. First, I created a yellow circle that will resemble the flag. That doesn't really look like a flag because it's a circle. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, here I made this code where if you touch it, it will call the endgame variable, which is a boolean, that it will show a victory text and render it. Speaking of text, I created a simple code that will instantiate that text the font on the file, which in this case I choose the pixel font here. Then I created the initials for functions like the font's position, size, and color. Then we can just render the text if you win the game. And with all of that, here's our little game. So, what did I think on C++? Well, I say it's fun to use. Hold on a second. Of course, this game that I made is just me looking through tutorials and I went to Google and searched some problems, but as I progress more and more, I'm starting to code things on my own. So yeah, if you want to start programming, then I recommend C++. It's efficient, with a good learning curve, plus capable enough to make your own game without using a game engine. Anyways, that is my C++ journey. I hope you guys enjoyed the adventure that I went through. Anyways, that's all for now, so see ya! Finally, done reading the script, I can finally go home!